Close your eyes.
Hello everyone, welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here and I have another video for you. Today I would like to talk to you all about demons. This is something that I am seeing more and more and more in people that I know and people that I've encountered on the street. Oh gosh, it's just absolutely distressing. It's sad to see when someone is carrying or have a demon in them, so they're possessed by a demon and they have no idea. I've seen many spiritual practitioners with demons on them. Now, this is why I stress it is important to be comfortable with yourself and get to know who you are. We're talking about getting to know yourself mentally, right? So knowing what thoughts are yours, how you think, how you feel about certain things and sticking to it, being authentic in that way. Getting to know yourself emotionally, how you feel about things and sticking to it. Whether it be people, activities, etc. This is actually being in tune with your emotions and not being ashamed of it. Maintaining a degree of honesty. Getting to know yourself physically. Being in tune with your body and knowing when there is something wrong. Whether it be health-wise, right? So knowing what it feels like when you're ill or when you're coming down with something and what it feels like when you're healthy and everything is all good. It's being able to sense, to feel, to pick up on, learning how to read energies as well. The energies of others and knowing what you feel like, your aura feels like. So that if someone steps in or is invading your space or trying to tap into your energy, you not only will be able to sense it that something is off, you will be able to pick up who is sending whatever they're sending to you or trying to rob you of your energy. But that's the very first thing, guys. And spiritually, when it comes to the spiritual self, we have here a need, a very, very strong need to connect with God, Source, the universe. It has to be stressed. You have to build that bond with the Creator. A one-on-one relationship with the Creator, knowing what it feels like. Your own personal relationship with the Creator, knowing how it feels to you. It is different for everyone. But it's being in tune with that so that when you are receiving guidance, you will be able to know exactly where it's coming from. And it's the same thing with the ancestors. Building the bonds in relationship with the ancestors. When you are in tune with them, you will even know who is communicating with you or trying to reach out to you. It is so important because there are a lot of people who are awakening, right? The gifts were there and it was mild and then it intensified after a while. And they're so open, spiritually open to all kinds of energies. Now, there are no boundaries set because they're not in tune with who they are, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It feels so overwhelming when they're so open and not understanding what is fully happening and having all these energies coming towards you, all kinds of energies, positive, negative, etc. And it's like, well, what do? I don't know my rights. I don't know how to manage this. Some people end up going to the crazy house, the mental institutions, while others suffer in silence. Some do more drastic things where they decide that this is not the place for them anymore. But the key thing here is getting to know yourself. Everything that I said earlier is so important because when it does happen, when you open up more, you will be able to know what is your energy and what is the energy of others or whatever energies from another realm is trying to come through. you will be able to be confident enough to set those boundaries. So not only will you be able to set boundaries with people in your day-to-day life, but also energies in the ethereal realm and others. You will be like, no, not now. And if there's anything dark trying to jump in, you will be able to say, get the hell out. Get out. Connecting with the God energy, calling on God, calling on Jesus to sort this out, to help you. But a lot of people are so caught up in this, well, I have this gift and I have that gift, and I manage it, because we are in a time where demons are just flying around like they're all over the place. And they know your weakness. Don't think that they don't know your weakness. I mean, these creatures, these energies are incredibly intelligent, and they have more power than we do when we don't realize our power. Okay? So they feed off of your fear. So unhealed stuff or things that you're striving for, that you're desperate for, etc. They feed off of that, and they're able to tap into and come into you because of that. A lot of people, they call on these energies, or I mean, again, they're just so open, they don't even believe. I'm just like baffled. And these energies takes over their bodies. I mean, I'm hearing, well, I'm aware of it, but it's like two of us in here. The energy can pop out and show itself, and then you are also present, and it's like, aren't you aware of what this is? Have you asked for the name of what is in you or around you, or causing you to distort and to take certain actions that may not be for your benefit? Always ask for the name of what guide, angel, ancestor, galactic ancestor. Ask for where they are from, right? And you're gonna have to use discernment also when doing this as well. Spiritual work, feeling and being able to discern if there's any malice or dishonesty in what is being told to you. Because you can do it, but you have to practice, and again, know yourself. If it is something dark, call on God, the creator, source, the universe, and Jesus for help. And you banish that thing. You remove that thing from you, from your space, from your body. You run it and tell it to go, because you are walking with God, the creator. I mean, I've seen so many people where they come in and out of this frenzied state. There's someone that I know personally, and it is within this person, this entity. And it's for them, they're aware of what they're doing, but sometimes it even looks like they're not even there. It's just really, really strange. It's like a satisfaction, a release that they get when they're in that frenzied state. If you're around someone who has that demonic energy, for one, try to not be around them as such, but make sure that you protect yourself. And the greatest protection is God, the creator. So you call on God for help, for coverage, to be covered with protection. But I'm seeing it more and more and more and more. It's just people are so open for these entities, these energies to jump in and just take over. But they're not doing it where you're not aware. You're aware. And they lie and say that they're angels, right? Sometimes ancestors. They lie and say that they're spiritual beings. It is important to get a name, to find out where they are from, and you do your research. Use discernment to feel if they are telling the truth or not, but more importantly, do the research. If you get a name, you Google that shit, or you ask, right, an elder about that name that you received. Because a lot of demons lie and pose as angels. Now, we all laughed at Mrs. Doreen Virtue, but there is a reason why she went to God immediately. And that is because she was talking to a demon or demons, right? Now, I'm not saying that every single angels, etc. are demons. No, but she was fooled. We laugh at her and a lot of people were disappointed, etc. But in all honesty, it does exist. You could see it around you with some of the things that people are doing. More and more people are becoming possessed, doing some really crazy stuff. I mean, really and truly, common sense, guys. It's so obviously wrong. Demons have possessed them. But she was right. And she went and found God because she was leading people down the garden path to demons. Her ass really needed to repent. Really, really needed to repent. That was her decision, and everyone has a choice as to what they do with themselves after they are awakened or enlightened to their wrongdoings. But what I want to share with you all is make sure you know who you are connecting to. It's a similar thing, just like when you meet someone new in our realm. Don't think that because it's a spiritual being or a spirit being that it is good. Have to use discernment because there's tons of demons around. And I was speaking to someone regarding like angels. It was a little debate. Of course, you have the archangels, and the archangels helps everyone in the world. So it's not like only you. The archangel is only for you. It's for everyone, right? The discussion about individual angels coming down to people. Well, this person was explaining to me about God has to assign angels to individuals in need. They are assigned. They don't just pop up. They don't just come as they please. They have to get permission from God, source, the creator. So that was food for thought. And of course, when the person said it, I used discernment. Connected with the universe, connected with my ancestors. Okay, does this feel true? Listening to my body, and it felt like it made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense. You can connect to the archangels because it's for everybody, the whole world. But the individual ones, they don't just pop up without permission. Now, a personal experience of mine, this is when, it was a bit before I started the YouTube channel, and I was going through an incredible and intense dark night of the soul. One night I was putting my boy to bed, and I called on the archangel and the ancestors to protect him, etc. The usual good night blessings. God, of course, to bless him, watch over him. And I heard, this is in the head, an angel said to me that I am here for you and with you, etc. So I immediately asked the name. Who are you? And he said, Seth. I immediately told Seth to leave. As a matter of fact, there was a few profanities for Seth. Okay? Because I knew exactly who Seth is. Seth has a lot of names. Okay? Lucifer, Satan, etc. So I told Seth to F off and do not come back, because I am a child of God the Creator. So don't you ever come near me. And the energy left. I meant it with all my heart. It was like a volcano erupted in me, where I ran that energy. Don't come here with that foolishness. Okay? So use discernment. Use your intuition to feel the energy of whatever it is, the truth. Of course, most important, build that bond with God, the Creator, Jesus, your ancestors, guides. Know their energy. Be familiar with it. Be able to read the energies that are moving towards you. You will be able to tell if it is good or bad. I cannot stress this enough. They're getting a lot of people who are skeptical about spirituality. They're having a field day with them. You know, jumping in and out of their vessels, feeding off their energies. Now, let us get some cards. I'm going to pull some cards and see if there's any messages with regarding this message. Thank you for bearing with me, but I have to put this out. I'm like starting to like really be concerned here, because there's things that people are accepting and seeing as normal when in fact it is incredibly demonic. Okay. Universe Source, do you have any further guidance for all who are watching this video regarding this topic of demons possessing people unbeknownst to them? Okay, 2 cards popped out. So we have here card number 10, Dreamscape. Dreams, subconsciousness, hidden. Look at that. And you see this fairy here and with the butterfly wings. That's the transformation. But you have these bands around her. It's like energetic blocks or bands. That's almost like the 8 of Swords. The restriction card. Whether it is you restricting yourself or something is restricting you. Restricting you from transforming. So there is this ball of light in the back, the color of the solar plexus, the willpower, right? It is being blocked. So this energy of the hidden energy, hidden demonic energy for some, is blocking you, or it is paralyzing you from being empowered. And I'm seeing with the color here, I'm hearing the word enlightened as well. Like blocking your awareness of what it is. We have this black bird here, and birds represent communication, messages. So it's like unable to receive the message. Really looking into, and I'm picking up with the butterfly, what is holding you back from moving towards your desires? Because sometimes it could be, again, something that you have received or accepted. So it could be negative energy that you accepted from someone, or allowed some type of dark energy to come in, or you have called on a dark energy. It is calling for you to do clearing. Okay, for some of you, clearing. It could be unbeknownst to you. You kind of tapped into something that is heavy on you, like feeding off your energy, robbing you of your abundance or success, or even just freedom, fulfillment, right? Your dreams. Calling for you to protect yourself as well. Possibly working with the light energy, so light bands of light to protect you. A big thing for me is with this feels like the sun energy in the back. The sun represents the self. So again, being empowered, but it's also giving me the father. So maybe there's something here with the paternal line that needs to be cleared up, some type of pattern, or negative pattern, or a block. But more importantly, the father represents for me the God energy. So calling on the father to help you with this or through this. Okay, the next card we have here is lunar eclipse, and it says adapt, completion, reveal. And what I'm picking up from this is the big reveal is the understanding of what could be holding you back, what could be the block here. And that is, again, either you have allowed something dark to enter you, to take over your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, and it's calling for you now to break that. So what is interesting as well, this is card 54, which reduces to 9. So closing this, ending this, completing this. And then with the dreamscape, it's 10. So that's like 1. So we have 10 and 9. There's, okay, what I'm hearing is going back to complete, to break, needing to look back. Okay, we have here the tree, so it could be family pattern, lineage. For someone, you were a part of a ritual as a child, and there's a need for you to come to break that. That is the block. These energies, these people are feeding off of your light. Okay, the moons represents a time period, time lapsing, so it could be years. You're trying to figure out, like, what the hell is going on? Why can't I achieve in certain things? Why can't I excel in certain areas? It's because of this. being held hostage. Your energy is being harvested. Yeah, look at that. So you have this person by the tree here, lineage, right? Something stemming from the lineage. This gives me life force energy vibes. And you have this practitioner here with it looks like a world, but it's some kind of ball. And the energies is moving into the ball. So that is absolutely stealing someone's energy. That's what demons are doing to people. This is also telling me like the mistakes of the father. So someone has to pay. So it goes to the next generation. That's one element. But be careful again about who you give your energy to and what you sign up to. Okay? What you give the okay and approval to be tapping into your energy. And with spirituality, a lot of people are messing with things that they don't understand. Tools, certain tools. And I speak on, and a few of you guys do joke with me about the Ouija board thing. But if you don't understand it, don't be playing with it, right? If you don't understand about portals and opening portals and then how to close them and all that, don't be doing it. If you don't understand what is in them damn portals, don't be doing it. Okay? Let's get another card. Know what you are doing. No one wants to research, to study, to learn. It's just like, okay, I have this, this, and that, and I'm going to be doing this. Learn what you are doing. Learn about it. You see, you're dealing with something that is much greater than ourselves at this point. So if you are, whether you're working with demons or even divine spirits, they're more powerful. For one, so you messing with something that can destroy you. Look at it that way. It can destroy you. It knows what you are thinking before you think it. So for both, I would say even a degree of respect, because if you are playing with fire, working with demons, know that that stuff can destroy your ass. Being mindful of that. Okay, so we have here the sleeper. It says cause and effect, clarity. Weren't we just talking about that? We got the clouds and the sun energy here. More sun. The clouds block our view. We do have that little opening here where the sun is peeping out. That's the clarity. But it's saying, it's like knowing what you are getting yourself into. Cause and effect. For every action, there's a reaction. We just want to hope for a good one, right? But it's like getting further clarity on what you are connecting to. We have here the miser. Stubbornness, inflexibility. And we have this being, look at that, just absolutely surrounded by, it feels like light energy, but it's like, it's the light body actually. The light body. The inner self, the soul. But this is also giving me needing to protect your energy. This is the bands and the ray of light to protect you. So nothing comes in. Now with the stubbornness, inflexibility, it's like not taking or heeding advice. So those who can't hear must feel. Things get out of control, you need help, then you have to get some practitioner to get this stuff off you. So before you embark on anything that could harm yourself and others spiritually, make sure that you protect yourself and make sure that you know what you are doing. You research. If it is not in a book, you speak to a practitioner, a spiritual practitioner. If they're saying that there's several levels where you're going to have to study in order to understand, listen to them. Don't try to be jumping the queue, the line, because that's where we can get ourselves in a lot of trouble and encounter things that we're not ready to encounter, and that thing sees you as prey and will take advantage. Okay. Okay, so we have on here also, we have here the fire elemental and the earth elemental, which is quite interesting. Yeah, so the cause and effect and clarity, that's the action with the fire elemental that you take. Being mindful of your actions. The earth energy, this is grounding. So listening and taking the advice on board, okay? Putting it into practice, the advice. Okay. And this is also giving me as well, if you're trying to find out who you or what you are communicating with, getting sound information, facts, okay? Think, the tangible. Okay. Okay, wow. Jump a card here. So we have the Tower. That's like really, really destructive energy I'm getting with the Tower. It really speaks on, especially with these two cards here. It's like when you don't know what you are doing or you're not willing to put in the work, Eight of Pentacles, that's where things can go very, very wrong for you, even fatal. Okay? So this is telling me to take your spirituality seriously. I think a lot of people don't do that. It's more the fun side of it where, you know, I call it the magic trick side, the circus act side. Like, hey, I can read a card and tell your future and all of that, right? Or I can wave my hands here and heal you and all that business. It's the egoic side of things, that very, again, circus act side of things, the genie side. And what this is telling me is it is something that should not be taken lightly. It is something that should be taken seriously, because there are a lot of energies that can burst your bubble, that can destroy you, right? So it can destroy you physically as well, where you can develop something serious, right? And energetically feeding off your energy and taking things away from you, your life force energy, that essence. Not your soul. The soul belongs to the Creator, but it's feeding off your energy and depleting you, right, of that thing that you need in order to live. This is the breaking down of the body, the physical. So harvesting your energy. The top of the Tower is saying also this is where you're going to be more open to listening to the call of spirit or connecting to spirit. I am getting like a positive message as well, where it's like even in your darkest hour, you can always call on the Creator. The Creator will help you. So don't think that, well, I've gotten to a point where I've gone too far and I can't get any help. The Creator is saying, yes, you can get help. I'm always here. But the key thing is that you have to ask and you have to mean it. Okay? But of course, before it even gets to that point, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure that you connect and get familiar with who you are. Okay? I'm going to pull one more card. This is from the Shaman Wisdom cards. And I'll read from the guidebook. Okay. Okay, so we have card number 8. 8 represents abundance. It's also resembling the infinity symbol. It's, for me, represents energy moving from one point to the other, right? So we have here a basket, and it says fallen leaf moon, Scorpio, baskets, adult. Baskets, for me, is like the womb energy, right? So what we receive, what we collect, what we put in us, in our vessel. So again, being mindful of that. The Scorpio energy represents transformation, just like this fae, butterfly fae here. Transformation, but also diving deep within the self. Okay? So there is I'm hearing playing with fire, especially with the Scorpio energy. There can be an aspect where you're playing with fire and you can get burnt. Or you may not be playing with fire, but you are so carefree and relaxed about things that you end up becoming a casualty or burnt by something that you don't understand or you weren't careful of. You were given signs, but you weren't mindful of it, looked into it, researched it. Okay, so let's see what the message says in the guidebook. Fallen leaf. Now it says, it has here like a time period, October 24th to November 31st, Scorpio, baskets, adult. I am the moon of fallen leaves. So it's an autumnal energy. It is a time of apparent death and transformation. For without letting go of the old, you cannot take on the new. Interesting. 9 and the 10 card. My wisdom leads you to ultimate understanding of nature and the universe. That which has been a smoky mystery to you will become clear. Learn what I have to teach and pass it on to future generations. Your passionate nature will be amplified at this time, and deep relationships will follow. Be flexible and go with your intuition. Trust your feelings. I am the present, the past, and the future. Isn't that interesting? So it's really screaming on discernment. It is really screaming on making sure you know what you are getting yourself into and sharing that wisdom with others so they don't make the mistake of getting trapped by something that is robbing them, harvesting their energy, okay? Drinking, taking away their life force energy. Through research, you will be able to gain further understanding. Of course, downloads from the universe comes in so many different forms. It could be like an epiphany, or it could be where you're reading something and then something just rings true. You read a sentence or you read up on something and it just resonates with you. Your body is reacting and saying, yes, there is facts in this, right? Or it might have been a question that you had and then boom, you read something and the answer popped up in a book. Could be where people are having a conversation on the street and someone says something and boom, it just rings true. It resonates. It answers your question. It comes in so many different forms. So it's being mindful of that, making sure that you do the work. So it's having the greater understanding of what you are doing, but also understanding there's so many different levels and dimensions that we're dealing with here, especially where it says nature and the universe. My wisdom leads you to ultimate understanding of nature and the universe. So it's like the various realms and various things, entities, and energies within those realms. It's a lot greater than what we think. Now, when it speaks on death and transformation, this is you evolving. This is you embracing the process. So birth, the period where we are developing and growing, and death. Seeing the relationship with everything, past, present, future, all in one, and how it affects our lives. The past is things that people have done that we in the present now should be learning from so that we don't repeat the pattern in the future, or our descendants, our progeny, they don't repeat that pattern. It's breaking it, right? Breaking the negative patterns of the past, learning from the past. It's beautiful. It's a lovely card. Wow, so I am going to end the reading right here. Wow, this has been absolutely wonderful. If you have watched this video to the end, thank you very much. I truly, truly love you all. And I absolutely am grateful to all of you, for those who are subscribers, for new subscribers. A few of you have been saying that you are not aware of when I put new videos up. Click the notification bell. Sometimes you have to like click it off and then click it on again. YouTube is all crazy, guys. Also, please click the like button so that this video can actually get out there for more people to watch, because this is such an important topic and it is happening at a rapid pace. So it's something that everyone needs to be mindful of and to put into practice, because we don't want to be blinking and then next thing you know, tons of people got this demon energy. You can't even step out your house without having to be able to protect yourself. And I'm not talking about like white light and crystals and stuff. I'm talking about 3D tools to protect yourself. We're talking about serious protection. We don't want it to get to that point. So let's put the work in, guys. Once again, I really, really would like to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, noon, or night. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your